So we have seen this. What is the main aim? What is the meaning for nationalism means? So thinking of about the one's nation. So one must be proud of one's nation. That means we must be proud of our own nation. So every people must be proud of their own nation. So that is the English proverb is there. Okay. So like that here, how the Indians have started thinking of our nation. So how they have gathered that we must fight against the British rule. So we have already discussed this one. So first, it is not given in order, but just it was given about the incidents and events. So see here, first one we have discussed this one, mass procession. So in 1919, the streets became a common feature during the national movement. So here, in the year 1919, at the time, so wherever is there nationalistic feelings, nothing but gathering. So peoples are gathering. Okay, that has become a common feature. So wherever any problem is there, so immediately they are going to gather and walking through the mass. So that is called as nationalism. Okay, so we have discussed this one also. No need to tell once again. Next, First World War. So last time also we have discussed this one. That is First World War. So how the World War One was started. So we must know that one. But that is that will come in the next chapter. That means in the 50th and 60th chapters like that is there. So, but of course we have said we also discussed this First World War. So what is the main reason for World War One? Means, so first one we have seen that Austria and Serbia. So Austrian king, his name is Mr. Franz Louis Mr. Louis Franz Ferdinand and Mr. Louis Franz Ferdinand and Miss Louis Franz Ferdinand. So both wife and husband. Those two persons are assassinated, killed by this one of the Serb person. Okay, Serbia people. So one of the Serbia people, one of the Serb. So here Austria and Serbia both are the neighboring countries. Okay, they doesn't like each other like India and Pakistan. So when Serb person has killed this Austrian king, then immediately Austria has declared war on Serbia. But Serbia was very small country. Okay, so immediately they asked support from France. Then when France has given support for the Serbia, then immediately the other side, the Austria got help from support from Italy, as Italy is the enemy for France. Next, when the Italy declared support for the Austria, then immediately the England has given support for France and Austria. So like that, slowly England was entered into the war. And the other side, immediately Germany also declares support for Austria. And next, Turkey. Like that, the other side also, the England side is, that is Russia, another countries, Russia, Romania, USA. All these countries will join on the England side. So in this way, the war was broke out. That is called as First World War. But why this First World War has become an inspiration for this Indian movement means, so in the First World War, so Indian soldiers has fought very well on the side of these Britishers. But in spite of that, in the World War also, so a lot of political strategic plans were broke out. That means, so many plans are done in the First World War. So these plans has become a common inspiration for all the Indians. Okay, and not only this one. So in the year 1919, so what happened in the year 1919 in this First World War means, in the year 1919 a treaty was signed. It is called as Treaty of Versailles. Okay, Treaty of Versailles means, so it is called as just a treaty. Okay, so Treaty of Versailles. Versailles is one of the city in France. Okay, in which year it was signed means, it was signed in 1919 after World War I. What is the treaty? In this one means, treaty means what? Oppandam. సో ఒక ఒప్పందం చేసుకున్నారనమాట. దాన్ని మనం ట్రీటీ ఆఫ్ వార్సలిస్ అంటాం, అంటే వార్సలిస్ ఒప్పందం అంటాం. సో వాట్ ఈస్ దట్ మీన్స్? సో వాట్ ఆర్ ద డిఫీటెడ్ కంట్రీస్ ఆర్ దేర్? జర్మనీ గ్రూప్ must be imposed high taxes, and also must be imposed high punishment by these victorious countries, that is England group. So all the defeated countries must pay their income to the victorious countries, that is France, Russia, England, okay, Serbia, like that. So this has made angry by the other rest of the world also, because those punishments are very harsh. Okay, so that is one of the inspiration for the war. That is one of the inspiration for Indians. That is First World War. Next one is Khilafat movement. So here after World War I, Turkey was there. So in those days, Turkey is called as Ottoman Empire. It is called as Ottoman Empire. So we have this great empire that is called as Roman Empire. Okay, so Roman Empire was there, biggest empire at the time. So before this one, this is called as medieval times. Roman Empire has, so Romans ruled this around this Mediterranean Sea for nearly 1,000 years, more than 1,000 years. So Roma సామ్రాజ్యం అనేది 1,000 years కంటే ఎక్కువ పరిపాలించినారు అన్నమాట. ఓకే, so after some years, Roman Empire was divided into two kingdoms. One is the Western Roman Empire, and next one is the Eastern Roman Empire. Now the Western Roman Empire is called as it is also called as the Byzantine Empire. Okay, Byzantine Empire. Next, the other side is there. This side, the Eastern Roman Empire, is called as Turkey Empire, or it is also called as Ottoman Empire. So Ottoman Empire and Byzantine Empire, but actually Byzantine Empire is the other name for Roman Empire. Romans are present on the west side, but the east side is Turkey was there. So Turkey has established the greatest empire, that is called as Ottoman Empire. Okay, now here Ottoman Empire, at the time Turkey became the center, that is superpower in the world. Okay, so here in the Turkey we can see one king. His name is Khilafat. Okay, Khilafat he is considered as the head of the Islam states. Okay, so Islam countries are there. So all the Islam countries, they will think that their head is, that means the head of the religion is the Khilafat. So Khilafat, he is the Muslim head person, that means Islam head person. So here, when the World War I, when this World War I was ended, means after the defeat of Turkey. So Turkey was a powerful country at the time. Turkey has given support at the time on the side of this Germany. So when the Turkey was defeated, then total World War I was ended. That is in the year 1918. But in the year 1919, they made Versailles Treaty. And in that treaty, so just in that treaty, they did not discuss about the Turkey, but they are thinking that we must impose the high punishment for Turkey, that is Khilafat. Okay, like that the European countries are thinking. Then immediately all the Muslim countries from rest of the world, they thought that, so we must protect the Muslim head, that is Khilafat. So for that, all the Muslim countries, they have started a revolt, that is called as Khilafat. So support for Khilafat. So around this world, that means around the world means that is all the Muslim countries, including even this South America, North America also, wherever the Muslims are there, they are giving their support from their own places. Like that in India also, in the Mumbai. So some of the young Muslim peoples, it is young Muslim people, they started separate revolt for this support of this Khilafat. So, and indirectly these young people, the union who has formed this support for Khilafat in Mumbai, they have went to the Gandhi and asked Gandhi to support for Khilafat. Okay, then Gandhi thought that, so Gandhi thought that, so it is the right time to that means it is the right time to take the support of Muslims and also unit. You can that means it is the right time to unify the Muslims for support of this freedom in India. So like that, so Gandhiji also given support for this Khilafat movement, and finally Khilafat movement was finally taken away by Gandhi, and all the Muslims, they have given support for Gandhi and they are following the Gandhi. So whatever the ideas Gandhi is going to tell, so those ideas will be followed by these Muslim unions. That is a young Muslim union was there in the Mumbai. So that was spread to the rest of the other parts of the country also. Like that, Gandhiji participated and he has given the support for Khilafat. Okay, so this also made some of the Indians to participate in the freedom struggle. Okay, so that is about the Khilafat movement. Next one is non-cooperation movement. So in the year 1922, so Gandhiji started this non-cooperation movement. In this movement also many Indians gathered and given support for Gandhi for getting of independence. What is the non-cooperation movement means? So Gandhi wrote a book. Its name is Hindu Swaraj. Okay, Hindu Swaraj. So Hindu Swaraj in the year 1909. In the year 1999, he wrote a book. That is Hindu Swaraj. What is the principle present in this Hindu's book? That is a Hindu Swaraj book. Means, so here in this one, Britishers are living in India for 100 years because of support of Hindus. That means because of support of Indians. So due to the support of Indians only, the Britishers are living. Due to the cooperation of Indians only, the Britishers have survived in India for nearly 100 years. But if the Indians will not cooperate, means what will happen? So the Britishers will not be, they will be wiped out from India. So that is the main theme present in this book. So according to that book, so he has followed this one, that is non-cooperation movement. That means we should not cooperate with the British rule. So we should not think, that means we must to protest in a non-cooperation manner. Okay, whatever the government offices are there, so whatever the government offices working under British rule, that should be stopped. So like that, non-cooperation movement was started. Okay, so just to move forward. So we have already discussed this one. So that was started, but here non-cooperation movement was stopped in the middle. Why means because in the Uttar Pradesh. So actually Gandhi said that, Gandhiji said his main principle is non-violence. So we must follow this non-cooperation movement with non-violence. Okay. So ఎటువంటి violence లేకుండా మనం ఫాలో కావాలని చెప్పినాడు అన్నమాట. ఓకే, but here what happened is, so some of the people in the Uttar Pradesh, that is Chauri Chaura, it is one of the place in Uttar Pradesh. In this one, the violence was started. That means some of the Indians, they have killed these, they have attacked the police stations, British police stations, and they have killed many Britishers. So by seeing this incident, immediately Gandhiji called off that non-cooperation movement. Okay, so that is a failure. So at that time, so by this one, the non-cooperation movement was ended. Next, Satyagraha. So here Satyagraha was there. So we have discussed this one also, Salt Satyagraha. It is called a Salt Satyagraha. So Gandhiji returned from South Africa. So in South Africa only Gandhiji started one movement, that is a civil rights movement, or it is called as against the Satyagraha against racist laws. Racist laws means what? So equal importance must be given for both blacks and whites. So black people and white people must be treated equally. But here Britishers, so same like as India, in the South Africa also, Britishers are the rulers. So there also Gandhiji went for South Africa for the sake of studies. Okay, field work studies, he went for that. And then he noticed that racist laws were against the people. So for that, Gandhi started this, that, so while traveling in the train, Gandhiji was thrown away from the train by the British official. Then immediately Gandhiji has started this revolt. So in the South Africa, many followers are followed this Gandhiji, and this was became the world famous struggle, that is a revolt. So this also influenced that Gandhiji has become the world famous leader. Okay, so by seeing this one great success, so but finally Britishers has given the equal rights. Okay, they have agreed for equal rights between the blacks and white people. So after seeing this success, the total world has recognized Gandhiji as a world leader, and Indians also waiting for Gandhiji to return from South Africa. So that if the Gandhiji come to India, the same principle will be followed in India, so that the Indians can get freedom. So like that they are thinking. So finally Gandhiji has returned to India in the year 1915. Then he has started this first movement, that is Salt Satyagraha movement. So salt farmers are facing the problem of high taxes. So in support of these salt farmers, finally Gandhiji has taken the freedom struggle. Okay, we have seen this one. Next step. So Gandhi's, okay, Mahatma Gandhi Satyagraha. So we have seen this one. So how this Gandhi started the movement. So in Gujarat, one place was there, that is Sabarmati. Sabarmati is a place where Gandhiji is present. So he has taken the march from where? From Sabarmati. Okay, Sabarmati ashram is there now. So from Sabarmati to Dandi, he has taken a march that is called as Dandi March in support of the salt farmers. Salt farmers are more in Gujarat. So here high taxes are imposed on salt farmers. So that's why he asked the people not to pay taxes for the salt, that is salt fields. Okay, like that this march was taken. And in this march only number of people has followed this Gandhi. Okay, so that is called Salt Satyagraha movement. And it's also called as Dandi March also. Next we will discuss about this Rowlatt Act. So Rowlatt Act, what is the meaning for this Rowlatt Act means? See here. So in the year 1919, so the Britishers, they passed a new act. That means new law. It is called as Rowlatt Act. Okay, what is the meaning in this one means? Without any reason. So without any reason, Indians can be arrested because of high revolution in India, high movement. Due to the high movement and high strikes, so Britishers has passed a new law, that is Rowlatt Act. According to this one, without any reason, the Britishers can arrest any Indian. So that is the new law passed by Britishers. So that name is called as Rowlatt Act. So that means this act was made angry by all the Indians. So that's why Gandhiji also, he called that Rowlatt Act. So it is called as the Rowlatt Act movement. So what is the movement means? So this act should be removed from the constitution of British Constitution. Okay. So in this one, for that, in support of this Gandhiji, so in Amritsar, that is in Punjab, one incident was happened that is called as Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Jallianwala Bagh massacre. It's called as a massacre. Massacre means just incident. Okay, massacre means just incident, one great incident. So what is the incident means here? All the peoples are gathered in Amritsar. So we can see that Jallianwala Bagh in this rectangular shape. Okay, I think that this is the rectangular shape. So here just I will show this. So as this is the field, that is ground, Jallianwala Bagh, here just only 2 gates are there. Okay, and these 4 sides are filled with wall, great highest wall. So we can see the wall is very high. Height of the wall is more, and the peoples cannot climb against this wall. So here only 2 gates are there, but one gate was closed already, and here a stage was arranged, and in this one all the officials are standing and giving their speeches, and rest of the other, so all the peoples are sitting, some of the peoples are sitting, some of the peoples are standing like this. Okay, so here immediately one British official, so they are giving the that means this is called as congregation. So that means what? Conference. So they have arranged this meeting for support of Gandhi. Okay, that is Rowlatt Act, against the Rowlatt Act. So here in this meeting, so this meeting was known by this one of the British person. His name is General O'Dwyer. General O'Dwyer. So General O'Dwyer, he came with army people, and he entered into this Jallianwala Bagh, and he asked all the soldiers to stand in the rows. Then immediately, without giving any warning for these people, so he asked the army officials to open the fire. So they came with cannons and guns, and then he asked the army soldiers and policemen to open the fire against all the people. Then immediately, so this gate was closed, and here also that gate also backside was closed. Then immediately, so when the fire was opened, so many peoples are died. Okay, so many peoples are died, and some of the people want to escape from this place, but they are unable to escape. And also all the peoples are unarmed persons, so they don't have any weapons. Okay, so the soldier's intention is, if the enemy is not having any weapon means, so we should not use any weapon. But if they have weapons only, then we must use the weapons. So that is the rule. That is a soldier rule. But here, all the peoples are unarmed persons. Okay, though they are unarmed persons, but they asked to open the fire. Then many people, thousands of people were died. Sorry, hundreds of people were died, not thousand. So nearly 800 to 900 people were died. Okay, yes. So this incident also, so this incident was known by throughout India, and Gandhiji also got full angry on this incident. And once again, so Jallianwala Bagh massacre, so Rowlatt Act was fully, that means it was fully participated by many Indians by seeing this great incident. Okay, so this is called a Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Okay, so and see here how the harsh people, how they are harshing the people. So here General O'Dwyer's crawling orders being administered by British soldiers, Amritsar, Punjab, 1919. So how the General O'Dwyer is punishing the people, see that. So the Indians must crawl, okay, must crawl in the streets, those who are protesting against the British rule. ఎవరైతే బ్రిటిష్కి వ్యతిరేకంగా ప్రొటెస్ట్ చేస్తున్నారో వాళ్ళందరినీ కూడా ఈ విధంగా క్రాలింగ్ చేసేటట్టు చేసినారన్నమాట. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద ఆర్డర్స్. ఓకే, So these punishments are very severe. So against this one only Rowlatt Act movement was started. Next. So this is total that one only. So why non-cooperation? So I said this one also. The famous book Hindu Swaraj 1919. So according to this book, so British's rule was established in India with the cooperation of Indians. So that's why if we stop the cooperation means, so the British rule in India would collapse within a year. మన కోఆపరేషన్తోనే బ్రిటిష్ వాళ్ళు మన దేశంలో ఉన్నారు. మనం కోఆపరేషన్ స్టాప్ చేసినాం అనుకోండి, విత్ ఇన్ 1 year మనకి స్వరాజ్ వచ్చేస్తుంది అని చెప్పేసినాడు గాంధీజీ. సో దాట్స్ వై హీ లాంచ్ దిస్ మూమెంట్, దట్ ఈస్ నాన్ కోఆపరేషన్ మూమెంట్. అండ్ హియర్ ఆల్సో in the non-cooperation movement, some of the peoples are asked to boycott the foreign clothes, that is English cloth. Okay, so we should not use the English cloth and we must use only our Indian cloth. So this kind of shows are given in the movement. Okay, so all this indicates the freedom struggle, that is a movement. So here just to move forward. So see here one of the demonstration. So the boycott of foreign cloth in 1922. Foreign cloth was seen as a symbol of Western economic and cultural domination. So Indians thought that if we use, so as we are using the foreign cloths, so these Britishers are getting more income. So that's why we must stop the using of these foreign cloths, that is British made cloths, and we must use only the Indian made cloth. So this is the demonstration at the time. So this mission shows that Indians, so we must use only the Indians handlooms. So whatever the handlooms prepared by the Indians, so those must be utilized and we should not use the foreign cloth. So this is the demonstration at the time. So if you see here, all the Hindus and Muslims both are mixed each other, and they are striking against this British rule in support of Gandhiji. They are the followers of Gandhiji. Okay, so this became the example. So this shows that what this is the completely Indian cloth. We must use only Indian cloth. So like that. So this is one of the photo of demonstration. So next, so differing strands within the movement. So see here, differing strands within the movement means, so there is a lot of differences there between the movement in the villages and towns. Okay, but see here, the non-cooperation Khilafat movement began in 1921, but various social groups participated in the movement within this aspiration. So all of them responded to call of Swaraj, but they mean different things of different people. So here in the villages the movement is different, but in the cities the movement is different. So what is the different standards of the movement means, how the villages are participating. So how the villages are participating in the movement and how the town peoples are participating in the movement. So that was the topic here. So in the towns mainly here, we can see this Madras and other, okay. So at that time we have these provinces are there. Nearly 5 provinces are there. One is Madras Presidency. So we can call this as the presidencies. Madras Presidency, Bombay Presidency, Kolkata Presidency, Delhi Presidency. So 4 is there. Provinces, they are called as provinces or presidencies. So here in the towns and cities, they are going for strikes. Okay. But in the villages, how they are differing, they are also not paying taxes to the Tahsildars. So at the time we can see this Tahsildars. Tahsildars were tax collectors in the villages. So they are not cooperating with the Tahsildars. Okay. So, but here in the towns and cities, we can see the demonstrations. They are going for hartals. In those days, they are called as hartals. Hartals means strikes. Okay, like that. So here, just to move forward. So here, picket was there. So one word is a picket. Picket means